Hello gorgeous souls, it's Mary here from PsychicSoulmateReading.com. In this video, I will be giving you a 3-card tarot reading for our week, March the 19th to March the 26th. And the way it goes is that the message is meant for you because you were drawn to view this video. And the message is coming from spirit guides, angels, departed loved ones, from the divine, and that is how it works. And it doesn't matter, even if you're viewing this after the date that I just mentioned, doesn't matter, because the reading is still meant for you, because that is the way the law of attraction and spirit guides work. Okay, they don't know the past, they don't know time. We make up the time here on earth, right? And so I'm going to be working with the Book of Shadows Tarot. I don't have the book here or the box to show you what they look like, but I can tell you that these cards are so amazing, and I've been getting like amazing messages from them. Okay, so before we begin, let's do our prayer, calling onto a higher power, calling onto God, Jesus, the angels, ascended masters, saints. Please give us a message for our highest good, for what we need to know right here and now. Okay. Yeah. And that gives us, that clears the energy and just promotes light to come through. Light energy. And I'm just going to give these a good shuffle. Okay, that's enough. Cutting them in 3 piles. Okay, the first card is the 3 of Swords. Second card, the Fool. Third card, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so 3 of Swords. You can see what she's doing. I don't want to put it too close because you're not going to be able to see the card properly from this light. This is a card of some form of disappointment. She's actually gotten messages and news. She's got like all these beings around her. Something's going on around you that has given you some feelings of despair in some way, or just disappointment, fear. I would have to say that the 3 of Swords is fear in some way. Something's causing you some emotional fear, a little bit of anxiety. And it's just something that just happened that it's like you feel like you're kind of feeling like it's out of your control, but nothing's out of your control. Remember that things happen for a reason, to bring something else as a cause and effect. That's the way it works. And you got to know that you got to pick yourself up and say, this is not the way it is. There's more to this, and I am not I'm not allowing myself to fall into the negativity of it, because that is what our job is here on earth, is to learn from the mistakes, or from any kind of negative. There is no mistakes, but learning from any kind of negativity that come our way are lessons for us to learn from and for us to grow. And especially if it's dealing with relationships, you might be feeling like you're apart from someone and you're separated from that person, and you're feeling, disconnection. And so that too, like I'm talking about, it's not permanent. Things are not always permanent. And maybe if it is something that is permanent, say for instance, if someone has completely vanished sometimes, that is just a message for you to pick yourself up and to love yourself, and to know that whatever has happening, there is a higher reason for this. Okay, so there's always more to the situation, and there's always more to it. And you got to know that sometimes when things appear to be the way they are, it's not always the way it is, because maybe that person was going through something, and maybe that person was having a bad day, whatever it could be. There's always more to the situation. And when you allow yourself to dive into the negativity, you actually become the negativity. And what happens is that your whole world, you become depressed, you become very down, like everything the whole world just feels like it's colliding on you. And yeah, I've been there. I know what that feels like. You know, it's not a pleasant thing, but it's just telling you that whatever the situation is, it's not lasting, and there's more to it. There's always more to it, and it's just sometimes it can be disillusionment. You're disillusioned by the negativity because our minds tell us things. It might be just something mentally that our minds are telling us, well, you're not good enough, you're not this, or you're not that, or they don't love you, or it's just the mind's telling you. The mind's telling you all these things, and it's a made-up story. You got to know that. It's not anything that is real. It's just a fear. That's all it is. The second card is the Fool, and you got to love the Fool. The Fool represents taking a chance and, you know, moving into something that is just very beautiful, like just taking a chance and not worrying about what's going to happen, like just going for something and just taking that risk, or not risk, I shouldn't say risk, chance. Take the chance, because there is a chance. This is also telling you that there's a choice that you have a choice. And also with the Three of Swords, you have a choice. You can allow yourself to dive in and stay in the negativity, or you can just allow yourself just to let it go and just be in the moment and watch how your life doors will open for you. You know, everything is like a dream. Life is a dream. When we go through things, everything in our life is a dream. So from one situation to the next situation, being in the moment, when we are, better things come. So when you dive into the negativity, you seem to just stay stuck and stay stagnant. But when you let it go, you actually open doors for yourself, and you actually get new opportunities, and you just feel good, and you attract abundance. That's what it's about. It's about achieving, attracting abundance, and bringing all that is good and bringing all that love into your life. And when I say abundance, I'm not talking about a financial abundance. I mean, that's good too. Yes, of course. Yes, bring it. But I'm talking about abundance in everything else. Having enough time to get things done, having a beautiful relationship, having everything that you're having, abundant health, having optimum abundant health. That's another thing. It's just having it all, and that is what abundance is, and we want lots of it. We want the good stuff. So that is what you need to do, is don't dive into the past. Don't dive into what may appear to be something like a little bit negative is not really there. So you got to just take the chance and just go for what's in your heart. Do what you really want to do. And what you really want to do is not diving into the negativity, okay? Oh, the third card is the Three of Pentacles. Now, could you see it? I don't know if you can see it. She's painting. I think this card's meant for me. It's telling me to start doing some painting and get on to my oracle cards. But anyways, what that means is she's painting a picture. And so what that means is you're creating something. You need to create. You need to dive into the creative side of yourself. And creating doesn't mean that you have to be an artist per se, but it could mean that you are creating something in your life that is going to create a lot of joy in your life. It could also relate to creating the perfect relationship, doing all the things that you can, creating the perfect or the freedom of a relationship, or walking away from something that's been holding you back. That's creating a beautiful health, creating a beautiful body, like exercising, taking all those plans. But it all starts with a plan. So for instance, if you want to create something in your life, you need to get out the paper and the pen, and you need to start writing it out. And when you put it on paper, when you write it out, you actually be accountable for it, because it's there. It's you send that message out into the universe, planting the seeds. Okay, so we also have the Mercury retrograding going on the 22nd. Mercury retrograde on the 22nd. You've heard that before. I'm sure you heard that. Mercury's going retrograde. Yeah, we get that. I think it's quarterly when we get that. And what happens when Mercury goes retrograde, that's the planetary influence. What happens is that technology, anything that relates to, computers, phones, whatever, anything in technology, gadget, family, tends to go a little haywire. Messages, telephone calls, things just seem to go a little haywire. So this is where you need to breathe. And I think that's what the Three of Swords is, because it kind of says it's everything that seems to be colliding on me. Everything seems to be going, why is it going into an opposite direction? I get a lot of emails and a lot of phone calls and people asking me, why, Mary, why is this happening? Because Mercury is retrograde. I get the most busiest with doing readings when Mercury is retrograde, because it just, everything goes haywire. You know, but anyways, what that's telling you is how to offset Mercury retrograde is to be creative. Now, if you are creative, and you will offset that negative influence, and being creative is the best way. You can go to, I like to go to Michael's and just, you know, Michael's, that's a arts and craft store, and go in there and I just say, okay, what would I like to create? And they got everything from baking to knitting and to, you know, art, anything artsy is there. And just even framing pictures, like if you wanted to do photo albums and scrapbooking, lots of fun stuff. Like, you can get your mind off of that. And sometimes we got to get away from the gadgets. Sometimes we got to get away from social media. Maybe too much of it. Sometimes it's like a little bit too much for our brains to handle. You know, like, we're getting all this technology being thrown at us and all this stuff. And, you know, it's not really always a good thing, because it's great. I mean, I love it getting with the times. But I mean, I grew up in an environment where we didn't have all those gadgets. I'm not telling you what year that was, but we didn't have that. We just had TV. We didn't have computers, and I'm sure you have too. So it's like, we got along fine without that, you know. So it's like, you know, we don't need all of that. So you got to just do things manually, because it's really great to have things manually. You know, I like acoustic music. I like live. I like things to be, you know, real, like, you know, something that was made by hand, something one of a kind, you know, like that is what the message is for you. Maybe you have a talent and you have a gift and you're not pursuing it. And maybe it could be that you have some art talent and you're not doing it. And, you know, somebody can love your work. And even if you give it away or buy it, or, I mean, if you give it or sell it, that art is going to make somebody happy. You know, like that, like I said, we don't have enough, we don't have enough manual stuff that's been made by hand. And everything is made by a machine, and you know the way it is. You don't need me to tell you, it's just the way it is, and it's okay. So we need more of that. That's what that's telling you. And so by offsetting the Mercury retrograde and all the negative effects of it, you're going to get creative. So that's a good thing. Get creative and be creative. Work out, start taking yoga, start taking Zumba, start taking dance, ballet, whatever. I'm just saying ballet and just dance because what else? Like, you can take other kinds of fitness classes as well, but I like gentle stuff. Gentle. You don't have to go too hard on your body. Also tweaking your diet, getting creative, starting a good plan, you know, getting onto trying different things, eat more fruits and vegetables, and drink more water. I'm just giving you just examples, but you can just write these things down and, you know, do it. Like, what is stopping you? Nothing is stopping you, but just the thoughts and the mind in your mind telling you those thoughts from somewhere, that voice, and that is just not true. So, for getting creative and offsetting negative energies. Okay, so what I like to work with is, the stone I like to work with to help me is labradorite. And look how pretty that is. That's gorgeous. It has like an iridescent shine to it. And it's just so beautiful. And what that does, labradorite, holding it into your hand and just working with it, it helps you it protects your aura body. It protects you around you. It protects the energy around you from all negativity, from any cords, anybody putting cords on you, and anybody, you know, just negativity, you know, and it helps you to stay sane from toxic people, because let's just face it, there is a lot of toxic people, a lot of people with vampire energy. I'm not judging anybody, but you know, sometimes people can be very much of a vampire and they just want to take from you because they're not doing any work on themselves. And when somebody doesn't do work on themselves, they tend to have a vampire energy about them and they tend to take from you. So this will help. And also, people can be very abusive as well. And I'm not going to go into that, but this stone will help you from from those energies that are around you. Abusive means maybe mentally, emotionally, you know, manipulative, whatever that energy is, whatever I'm talking, whatever you hear from this, what I'm talking about is the message that is meant to be told to you. And another thing that I like to work with is essential oils. I'm working with doTERRA Anchor. It's from the Yoga Collection. Oh, you can't see that, but anyways, it's Anchor. It's one of the oils. I always pick this one. I don't know why. Anytime Mercury retrogrades, I got Anchor here because I want something to keep me into the earth and keep me into earth energy, because when Mercury retrograde hits, it tends to affect people that are working on computers and, like I said, gadgets and everything. I won't get into that again, but it helps me to feel connected to the ground, and it's got all the oils into it that helps us. And what I do is I just cup my face and inhale like an oxygen mask, and oh, it smells beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a very cinnamon, very kind of like a bit of a, I don't know, vanilla kind of smell. I can't see what the oils are in here. It's got a little bit of everything in it, but they're all meant to just ground you and helps to protect you as well. Anchor is a really good one. It helps you from sometimes if you do some, like I put it on at night, it helps me from astral traveling. You know, I have a few other oils that do that too, but Anchor is another one, because think of it, it's like an anchor. It's that it helps you to stay steady and stay focused as well, you know. Okay, and so that sums up our reading for today. If you have any concerns or questions, please post the comments below. And if you would like to learn how to get a personalized reading with me, please visit my website, psychicsoulmatereading.com, and please subscribe to my channel, because I will be posting more videos like this. And also make sure that the notification tab is on so you can receive notifications in your inbox when I post new videos. And if you're interested in doTERRA, send me an email as well, because I can tell you how to get these amazing oils. So you have yourself a gorgeous day. Peace and blessings, everybody. Namaste.